Up next, the man who makes his home just about an hour down the road, Michigan head coach John Beilein, coming off a season in which the Wolverines were beset by injuries. The Wolverine head man now addressing the media here in Chicago.
Including preseason All Big Ten selection Karis LeVert. Coach, welcome to the stage. Go ahead and start with an opening statement and then go to questions.
Thank you. It's great to be back at another media day, and I mean that. It's always good to get some enthusiasm and start talking basketball again. We are excited, as we've been every year. I don't think you can approach the beginning of a season without great excitement. And but we have a team, and I mean true team, whether Karis LeVert is obviously a spectacular talent. However, he right now is one of the greatest teammates you could ever have, and sees his role as being a leader on this team. And then everybody else, Spike and everybody else, sets that tone. And we just love going to practice every day. The mentality is terrific. So now we just got to continue trying to get better, stay united as a team, and who knows what can happen this year.
Thank you, Coach. Please raise your hand high if you'd like to ask a question. Let's go front row in the middle.
John, I know last year was difficult to go through with all the injuries, but now that you're through it, I mean, do you look back and think, how great that was for Ronkman and for Aubrey, players like that, to get so much time and so much experience?
Well, as you know, it is painful to go through that, because it's painful for them as well. We had a lot of close losses, and we right now you can see the effect has been terrific. They're hungry, but we make no mistake about it. Say we're not close. We're not going to talk about we are a few wins here, a few wins there. No, we have a lot of gap to make up with this young team. But there's without question, now that we look back on it, it was very beneficial for all of us, including the coaching staff.
So please raise your hand high if you have a question. Let's go fourth row on the aisle, right-hand side.
Coach, with LeVert having missed obviously a big chunk of the season, how has he been progressing this offseason as he rehabs and comes back?
He's been doing rehab quite a bit, obviously since the injury. That's a long time, and we really erred on the side of caution to give him even more time in rehab. But he's running faster, jumping higher, stronger than he's ever been. That's the good news, is that he has spent so much time building his body up while he was rehabbing the foot. So it really exciting to watch right now. And I think he'll just, he's just 21 years old as a senior, just turned 21 in August. So he is still, I think he's still developing as a player for this level, and then beyond is the same.
Second row in the middle, left-hand side.
Coach, those guys that got to play last year while some of the other guys were injured, do you expect that experience to pay off just in your team's depth, or do you expect them to make as big an impact as guys like Karis and Derek who are coming back?
I think everyone is separate. We have some young men that will probably have to move back in their minutes and still, get comfortable with a 5, 10, 15, 20-minute slot. And then some of those same young men might be in that 30, 35-minute slot. So we're determining that out, and it is great to have depth, and it gives you all kinds of choices. Sometimes that's tough too. We're trying to still figure things out, and we're really looking at these 6 weeks of preseason as a time to try and figure it out. And then you start the season, you still don't know if you got all the answers. Your team evolves during the season as well.
Left-hand side, third row.
Coach, you obviously have a tremendous amount of depth in the perimeter, but talk about the role of Cam Chapman in his sophomore year and how he can be kind of an X factor, fill in that stretch four role for you.
he's made great strides so far. He has his shooting has really improved. His body continues to improve like they all should at this time, with another year of weightlifting, another year of quickness training. And just his knowledge of maybe you can accomplish a lot more if you maybe try and do less a little bit. We are just his general understanding of the game and his body and his ability to shoot the ball right now has really improved.
Time for one more question for Coach. All right, seeing none. Thanks, Coach. Good luck this season.